Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. So this roster rotated like 19 hours ago, just to clarify. We've got quite a lot of sales since then, and well, it's looking pretty interesting. But of course, with a predictions video, we're here to try and figure out of all these skins, which one potentially is the best investment for this week, which these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. So yeah, 19 hours in, just 5 hours short from 24 hours. But yes, I'm kind of surprised to see the Olympus Revolver. It has eclipsed the Sinotype Drop Box. That is quite a surprise. Now, when I looked at all of these skins, I did point out that quite a few people initially dismissed all of it. But there's some very interesting skins that we have right here. And if I could just quickly point out, yes, of course, there's the roster rotation video. If you want to get a good look at all these brand new skins, by all means, look, everything's chaptered. We've got a lot of interesting things to discuss. So back over to here. If I were to sit here and say what's the best investment this week, the most reliable option 100% would be the Olympus Revolver. Now, with the arrival of this, if you don't fully know, this has a transparent aim sight. This has more transparency in comparison to the Heatseeker Revolver. So, again, if you've seen the video and all that, you'd know by now. But yes, that is absolutely ridiculous. And with this arriving, well, if we could just quickly switch over to here. Have you noticed the Heatseeker Revolver's on the front page of the Rusty market? Not exactly for a good reason, because, yeah, it's been going down. It has halved in value. Now, I'll just point out, it's still 50% up for what the price it sold for in the Rust store. But, oh my, oof, it has suffered. So, oh no. Now, is it down bad? Is it the end of the world for this? To be honest with you, I could still see it rising up in price a bit more. It's a Heatseeker skin. I still expect it to do quite nicely as we roll into January time, so we'll see. But if I could just also clarify, I want to see its workshop page right now, but the workshop button has disappeared. The Steam market is broken. All extensions that would interact with it, they don't interact. Valve is doing something, but yeah, some of the features are missing. I'm trying to look at this in USD, but it's not showing it. It's just showing it in my currencies. That's awkward. I can't show you more orders or anything. It's buggered. So, okay, cool. We'll just leave it at that. I can confirm to you, the Heatseeker Revolver, and all we've got to do is just go over to here. It did 21,000 subscribers. So let's just go ahead and look at the Heatseeker collection. And here you go. Yes, I can confirm 21,704 subscribers. With the current rate of sales that we're looking at over here, I think that's going to surpass the subscriber count. So, Heatseeker got 21,000 plus. But at the moment, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it could potentially even get close to about 30,000 subscribers. Now, we then question, if it got 30,000 subscribers, is it doomed? I'll be honest with you, I don't think so. Again, look at every single Revolver skin that's in the game at the moment. Every single one of them is in the positive. Look at it, look at it. So, not a single Revolver is in the negative. That's pretty cool. They are appreciated. The weapon itself does get quite a lot of usage. To a point, again, it's not exactly the best weapon, but you get ones, and get what I'm saying. Now, over here, just want to point this out as well. Out of all the Revolvers, what's the one with the most subscribers? Let's go ahead and find out. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the Heatseeker, 21,000. Revolvers don't sell that much, but we've been through this process already twice this year. Black Ops Revolver, just over 20,000 subscribers. It's fine. Heatseeker Revolver, just under 22,000 subscribers. It's fine, but again, transparent aim sight. And now, with the Olympus Revolver, I gotta say, with it having the most transparency, with its nice marble-esque white design and a gold trim, and I think it's still going to be fine. I think it's looking to still be very reliable, and I might need to buy 200 of these as well. I'm definitely contemplating it. This does look to be the best investment for the week. And of course, with the arrival of this, the AK has improved. Not fully, but it's improving, okay? Could we see some more Olympus skins being accepted? I'm looking forward to it. Lots of interesting designs were submitted, but not every single one has been accepted. So, of course, we just quickly go up to here. Buff has made some very nice looking skins, but unfortunately, not every single one has been accepted. So, he's already made a SAR, an MP5, a handmade LMG. What would you like to see being made next? Oh, an L96. What's a transparent aim sight weapon that people probably would appreciate? I won't be surprised if he does an LR300 eventually, but you know what? A SAP. SAP would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Yeah, go for it. Mr. Fuff, can we have a SAP, please? But then again, with the naval update coming out, in about 2 weeks' time, all the skin creators are likely going to focus doing aquatic and boat-themed skins. Although he did already do one this past weekend. We'll see what it does, okay? So keep an eye out. Right then, so looking at all the other skins, what's also looking to be a very nice investment, I've got to say Sinotype Drop Box. This was probably the most requested skin from Mr. Odyssey, the skin creator. So I just want to point out, the Drop Box is number 16 overall in terms of accepted Sinotype skins. And number 17 potentially is right here, the fuel box. He has confirmed that the next box he's going to do is an aquatic boat theme skin. So if we go to the comment section here, you can see from Odyssey himself, he declares it. Thanks guys for high attention to this work. I think to make a sea theme for next box set week, navy or naval. I guess you could probably say it's like a generalized sort of diving box, boat part box. You get what I mean? Something like that. So some sort of aquatic themed box is going to be made next, but that could potentially be number 18. And if you're not fully well aware, the largest collection we've ever had is Neon Storage Collection, the large boxes, just to clarify. So when this initially came out, we had 18 large boxes being accepted. Wow, impressive. And as time went on, they went up in price very nicely. But then, after a while, we also saw some small boxes, some lockers, some garage doors. We got some beds and fridges. It's ridiculous. But I'm only talking about the large boxes. We got 18. Since then, we've had like scientific storages, graffiti storages, now, of course, Sinotype. None of them have surpassed 18, or reached 18. Will that reach 18? Well, we're expecting the 18th skin to be made, but we cannot guarantee it gets accepted. And then we also have to mention Boxes DLC. What is this? What is happening? I'll link that in the description of this video. Just scroll down, take a look and see for yourself. Face Punch is cooking something, and it very likely could potentially be their very own storage collection. Or some sort of labelling system. We don't know yet. We haven't seen it yet. Keep an eye out for Mr. Shadowfrock. So, I'm worried. I certainly hope this doesn't come out until like February 2026. I might need to sell my storages, because that could very easily screw up the prices for neon storages, graffiti storage, scientific storage, Sinotype storages. Because if that's just like $15 and then you can label anything, oh dear, that might be a bit of a problem. So yeah, considering that right now the Sinotype collection as a whole currently costs about $50. Yeah. Ooh. And just remember, like I said, Boxes DLC could be something like 15 instead of 50. So regardless, a drop box, people wanted it, people craved it, people very happy to see it, and it's the second best-selling skin. Wow. With the recent Sinotype skins, that of course being stone and wood, they didn't sell that much. 25,000 subscribers, 30,978, which is a little bit less compared to the firearms box. Are we going to see this sell less than 30,000? Because if it does, oh, I'd be very, very interested. So keep an eye out. But I've got to say, it's not selling that much. And if this barely reaches like 10,000 subscribers in about 5 hours' time, oh yeah, that probably will sell less than a stone box. I'll keep an eye out. So the next thing I want to talk about, as much as I want to talk about the Sulfur box, I've got to sit here and say Popstar Bed is hilarious. So basically, you might sit there and say, but Hedge, I don't want an anime girl bed. No, but you could give it to your friends. So when you bag people in, or get a bed in for the base, here you go. That's for your mate. That's what he's going to sleep on. So, okay, cool. A nice glow-in-the-dark bed, very colourful, very cute. And potentially, we have a lot more to see, all right? This collection has progressed very, very nicely. But one thing I've noticed, with the deplorables at the very least, Mr. RR3 probably has to go ahead and add new content to it. What do you mean? Well, I've seen it with the M249. He drew like a different style of the girl, and, well, there you go. Got accepted. You have the little weird little gremlin sort of cute girls all on the side there of the on the duvet, the cover. It got accepted. So with a sheet matador, does he have to redo it? Does he do it like a different style? Probably. We'll see. But he has been successful, and let me point this out to you. This year, we've had an absolutely ridiculous amount of garage doors, haven't we? 36 in total, that being that one. And if I could just point out to you, out of all the 2025 garage doors, we have Popstar, that's comfortably in the positive right now, and Mystic Tree. 2 skins, only 2 skins. On average, every garage door here is about like half its price. They've gone down by half. So, do you have faith in anime girls? Yeah, I do believe that the bed probably is going to be holding up quite alright. Even though quite a lot of the bed skins that you see right here, they're not exactly holding up super great. I truly believe if it sells a decent amount, which at the moment it probably isn't going to be selling too ridiculously, like I'm sitting here saying probably like 15 to 18,000 subscribers, rough estimate, yes, I do believe that's going to retain its price. And if we do see more like Popstar skins, let's just go to the workshop. Have people been asking? Let's go find out. Sorry for it being a bit slow, by the way. Ever since we had that Cloudflare issue, Steam's been really weird. Fantastic skin, Goat Strike skin. No one's actually asked for a new skin, so we'll keep an eye out, but I wouldn't be surprised. Again, when you look at all of it, he's been doing very well for himself. Like, we've got an AK-47 that's actually retaining its price. That's a rare sight to see. You've got a Thompson that's doing very nicely. A SAR that's only down by 8%. The M249 is still doing very good. I mean, looking all right. I think we're probably going to be seeing some more in the future. And if I could just remind all of you, don't forget, RR3 was also the man that made the Christmas anime girl sheet me the door. So, oh, could it be a miracle? Could we get a double dollar? We'll see. We'll see. All right, anyway. Then I'll talk about the small sulfur box. So, yes, this is a nice collection that's progressing very well. Ooh, 4 skins are now... Oh, God, shut up. I know you're going to say it. So, 4 of these storages are now in the positive. And small meds, you're improving, but you're still down a bit. Fuel, you're still down a bit. Yeah, these first 3 aren't doing very well. But these new ones are doing quite all right. And now we question what's going to happen next, because it truly does look like we're probably going to reach between 15 to 18 skins for the small box collection that we have right here. I will point out to you, this past weekend, we got a really fun, unique idea. We got small seal box, and you're going to sit there and say, well, what's so special about that? Well, when you're being raided and you just seal up your base very quickly, break glass in case of emergency. So that's what it is. That's actually that's a cute idea. I think a lot of people would approve. So, all right then, cool. We're seeing a lot of very unique boxes being made by the skin creator, but what will be made next? What do you need to see being made next? He does read the comments. I speak to him. So I've already passed over the idea of weapon attachments. A lot of people also asking for like car parts, boat parts, lots of things like that. But what do you crave the most? Of course, we've now got the sulfur box. Would you approve of a stone box and a wood box? Is there anything else that you'd like to see? Because so far, we've had some pretty unique ideas. The first ever cards box, a diesel box, a diving box. We've had, well, a small tea box. It's not the first time we've had a tea box, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, there's room for unique things, but what could they be? Offer your opinions, tell him, or tell me, comment below, go. So, okay, cool. That's looking interesting, and with the newer skins actually improving, and with the sales here not looking too ridiculous, perhaps this could work out quite alright. And just to kind of get the point across in regards to, do people actually want a sulfur box? Let's look at the recent Sinotype skin. And you might notice, oh, hang on a minute, it's up by 50%. Ooh. Didn't sell ridiculously, but the point still remains. It's holding up quite nicely. It's one of the skins here that's actually positive compared to the ones that aren't doing very well. So, yeah, I think people would approve of a sulfur box. But please remember, it's not abnormal, okay? But I don't think that'd be too much of a problem. Okay. The next skin I want to talk about, I think I'm going to talk about Reptile Hunter Large Backpack. Now, please be aware of this. The default non-skinned large backpack is already dark green. I did showcase this in the rust rotation video. I made a bit of a joke about it. We have seen a green backpack in the past, but it's actually in the positive. It's actually in the positive, so what I'm talking about is the bombshell backpack. Just before we had the jungle update, a lot of people are super hyped up for anything green. So green camouflage like clothing and armor, you get the idea, it was gone wild. They even bought out that backpack. Even though the standard large backpack, as I said, is already dark green. So it doesn't matter, people wanted it, people bought it, and it's actually still sitting there comfortably in the positive. So, okay. And now we have a brand new Reptile Hunter skin, yeah, just to clarify. And Reptile Hunter just so happens to be one of the more in-demand green clothing and armor pieces. Oh, yeah. So this actually peaked in price much higher back in April time, again, in anticipation for the jungle update. It has dropped off quite a bit, but still very comfortably in the positive. So with what we have here, a backpack that isn't actually selling that much, I've got to say, it blends in perfectly with the full set, like seamless with the design of the backpack. I honestly think that might actually work out quite alright. We only have a few backpack skins here that are actually in the positive, so you can notice them here and there. Look at that. Yep. But it's not selling that much. It's part of one of the most in-demand collections we have in the game. I honestly think it's going to be pretty alright. Like, a lot of people initially dismissed this whole rust store, and I've got to say, you're fools! Because there's quite a lot of things here that honestly look like they're going to retain their price quite nicely. So if we don't see that high sales with this rust store, next week's will be very interesting. I might need to sell some things because I have got to get some funds to buy some stuff here. Well, I've got to go I'm going to go sell some like knives and stuff in Counter-Strike. Oh. Alright, anyway, it's all good. Let's move on. So, what else is looking pretty interesting? I think I've got to talk about Night Demon. So, the main concern with Night Demon Tier 2 is it going to match up to the sales we saw with the previous skins? And at the current rate of sales, I've got to tell you this, it's looking like this is going to sell a lot less compared to the boots and the gloves, the hoodie and the pants, and the Tier 3. It really does look like it's hardly even moving. I'm under the impression that these are going to sell less than 10,000 subscribers. And therefore, if the collection remains fairly in demand in the future, well, the kilt will probably be the most valuable piece out of all of it. But yes, the vest and the coffee can could also have been a very interesting spot. Simply due to the fact that it was accepted in a rush store with a lot more interesting things. Don't want to sound mean, but yes, with the potential and all that. This hasn't sold that much, and now it's making itself look as if it's going to be a very potential nice investment. Again, the kilt mainly. But then again, do you want to run around in a pure gold set? It's not pure gold, it's like black with golden top, but the point still remains. It's nice to see it actually got completed, and I'm fully well aware a lot of people aren't exactly super thrilled with, you know, where's my Thunder Gold? Where's my Temple hoodie and pants and tier 2? I yearned for it. I screamed for it, but it didn't come. Facebook hates us. Well, anyway, complete the sets in the future, perhaps. We'll see. Anyway, I think the kilt is looking the most interesting of the three, but the other two pieces could still be pretty interesting as well. Keep an eye out. It is in a very, very interesting spot, but the only concern is it's the final core piece. Of course, we've had the hoodie and pants and the tier 3 as well. Maybe a jacket come out. Maybe, and I did say this, maybe tactical gloves, because do not forget, for December Force White, the December update, tactical gloves will become skinnable. We'll see what the skin creator does next, alright? We'll keep an eye out. So, alright, cool. So with the remaining skins, I think now I'll talk about the Cargo Heli Bandana and Poncho. It's not exactly the most thrilling design, but then again, Cargo Heli does have a theme with transparency, and it is like, you know, continuing that, which is nice to see. And I will point out, with this arriving, it still caused the boots and the gloves to spike in price. But let me also remind you, these also didn't sell that much. This barely reached almost 7,000 subscribers, and the boots just about reached just under 6,500. They sold quite a fair bit less compared to the tier 2. Now, the tier 2 is very happy with itself at the moment. That's been rising up in price, except the vest, unfortunately. But with what we have here, we're at a bit of a conundrum, because, of course, we were hoping to see, like, tier 3 or hoodie and pants, but it didn't happen. But then again, this was already submitted by the time this was accepted. Point I'm trying to get across is, we're now kind of expecting, are we going to see primitive skins next, or are we going to see, like, more core pieces? And when? Because, just to remind all of you, when this was made, it was back in, what, the summer of 2024? And then November 2025. Oh, there you go. Now there's the boots and gloves and the poncho and the bandana. So we'll see how quick he's going to be, but he probably will be taking his time. So, yes, hide clothing next. Burlap clothing next. I mean, we'll see, but you get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. It would be nice, but then again, most bandanas, most ponchos, they do suffer, they struggle, they go down. A lack of sales could probably help it out, but I'm not really feeling very confident. Again, if we saw signs of Cargo Heli continuations this weekend, yeah, I'd feel a whole lot more confident. But, yeah, we need to see it sooner rather than later. So, yeah, I'm a little bit doubtful, but a smart barter can definitely go a long way. And if we do eventually see those collection continuations, yes, those collection continuations do get accepted, you can definitely assume these were spike and price ever so nice. So there is a nice potential investment there still. But I'm still somewhat concerned. But both of them are abnormal, so that's all right. Next, I think I will now talk about probably the bolt action rifle. Due to a sheer lack of sales, of course, as you'll notice here as well, a sheer lack of acceptances. But still, I'm not 100% convinced it's going to be A-OK. I'm still thinking it's going to probably drop off. But again, it's selling next to nothing. It's selling next to nothing. And if I could remind you of the past, we had both a Redemption bolt action rifle and a Chameleon bolt action rifle. One did almost 25,000 subscribers. One barely surpassed 11,000 subscribers. This is now down by a quarter. This right here is up by 72%. So, lack of sales do seem to impact the prices quite a fair bit. But then again, is there actually going to be interest in this? Lack of bolt action rifle skins do tend to, well, I don't really expect to see that many more. Let me put it that way. So I don't think we're going to see tons of competition. So I think Demon Slayer Bar probably could be an interesting thing to consider chasing after. However, not abnormal, all right? So you're going to have to question how much you want to buy, or if you even want to bother buying any next Wednesday night, because, yeah, it's not abnormal. Next, I'd like to talk about the Biohazard bunker garage door. A perfectly fine, very bright, nice-looking garage door at night time. No transparency or anything. Some people did question that. No, it doesn't have transparency. But, yeah, no, it's fine. It's just another garage door. Fresh, somebody stopped me. Perfectly cool-looking design. I look forward to more potential deplorables. I think they could go, you know, they could do a nice sort of, like, goo fridge. Like, have all the goos, like, sticking out from the seal and whatnot. That'd be a bit yucky, but, hey, no, it'd be a nice continuation. So there's definitely room for more, but are we going to see more? Gotta keep an eye on the workshop. What will they produce next? keep an eye out. So, all right, cool. It's fine. It's another garage door. And again, number 36 in 2025. We just keep getting more. We just continue the record-breaking amount. Look at the Forge garage door, already down by 23%. Oof. So yeah, it's not looking very pretty. But if it doesn't sell that much, okay, maybe it could do a little bit better. We'll see. Okay, but yeah, anyway. Then with the bolt action rifle. So of course, next week we are expecting another bolt action rifle. And yeah, no, sorry, L96. I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, Black Diamond L96 has already gone down in price. Abyss L96 is down by 60%. It's not looking pretty, I'm sorry to say. Now, in game, it does look nice. It's reflective. It looks pretty sweet. With all due respect, props to skin creators. It's a nice looking skin. But it's an L96, and yeah. But if it doesn't sell that much, okay, maybe it might be quite alright. We'll see. But at $2.49, I don't expect it to maintain its price. I question it. So, alright, cool. So that is everything. Alright, that was fairly straightforward. 20 minutes, faster than usual. Let's just quickly keep you informed of interesting things on the horizon. So, over to here. Christmas skins, yes. The next Christmas contest has currently been set up. All Christmas skins have to be submitted by Tuesday, December 9. Now, considering we had 300 Halloween skins this year, how many Christmas skins do you expect? We'll see. So in my Rust rotation video, I did showcase the Winter Wonderland set that you can see right here. It's a lovely sweater and pants combination with a pretty goofy looking Rudolph head wrap there, headband. But overall, I expect to see some interesting collection continuations. As I mentioned, could we get the sequel to the Christmas anime girl from last year? Now, I know some people are like, Hedge, why do you keep mentioning anime girls? Because they always keep going up in price. As much as these Rust players keep sitting there and saying, I don't like it, they keep buying them. So, all right, we'll keep an eye out, all right? There's lots of interesting things that could be getting collection continuations, and of course, I'll point that out in future Rust Workshop Skin Checks videos. And speaking of Rust Workshop Skin Checks, we honestly didn't see that many handmade denim G skins being submitted, did we? And that's why I believe we didn't see a single handmade denim G skin being accepted with this week's Rust store. But there's also another factor to that, I believe. So, yeah, we've got some submissions, but not that many. If I could just quickly point this out to you. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Twitch Rivals. The second week of December 2025, we're getting Twitch Rivals Twitch Drops. So this is the one that's public at the moment. And yeah, it's another blue gem weapon. I assume it probably was supposed to be for Trainwrecks, but of course the kick event happened instead. So it's been passed over to Mendo and Pico. And let me also point this out. Everything is still subject to change. But based on what I'm looking at here, it doesn't look like it's going to be changing that much. So, all right, cool. Apparently, we're going to see probably about 14 skins in total. Yep, much like what we just saw with the kick event. 14 skins here, 14 skins next month. And don't forget, we're most likely going to see some special sort of Christmas batch of drops as well. Do you remember like last year and the year before? Some Christmas skins were given away for absolutely free. There's like 5 in total, not that many, but still we got some Christmas skins. If you just watch anyone watching someone stream Rust on Twitch, you get the idea. We've seen it happen before. I'll keep you informed if it happens again. I won't be surprised if it happens again. Cool. Right then. So that's all nice and said and done. So as I mentioned, keep an eye out for what the Boxes DLC is going to be. I'll link it in the description. Of course, I'll also mention and link this as well in the description. But keep an eye on the commits. I'm not sure what's going on, but TR sign. A neon TR sign. Not sure what that is. And over to here, Space Station weapon skin. What? Well, if you aren't fully well aware, there's a Space Station building skin being worked on, and it looks like we're getting a weapon skin as well. So now I'm under the impression Space Station DLC pack is going to probably be what's going to be happening. So we'll probably get some sort of weapon, maybe some sort of special looking tool. Who knows what we're going to get? Another chainsaw skin, perhaps? We'll keep an eye out. But yes, looks like Space Station building skin is now going to be a Space Station DLC pack. So, all right, cool. Gotta keep an eye out for it. Player count, not too bad. It is improving. It's matching up quite nicely to what we saw of October. But remember, December is where we're going to really notice the big changes. When we see the naval update come out, I think we're going to see a lot of people turning up out of curiosity. And then, of course, at the end of the month, across the world, a lot of people, well, they're going to be out of work, they're going to be out of school, and lots of people have time off, and most likely they'll be playing Rust. Hopefully, January time, the beginning of January, when we hit the January 4 swipe, we'll see tons of people playing. Hopefully, we see just as many people as we did last year. 260,000 perhaps, I'll look forward to it. Yes, if we see a ton of people turning up to playing Rust, we can assume there'll be a much bigger demand for all the skins, and it'll be the best time to sell our skins. Which is why I also want to make a bit of a fuss about this. As you can see here on SEMM, there's an inventory leaderboard, and as you might notice, number 8 is Mr. Hedge himself. So I've already made a video discussing this. I have over 55,000 skins worth about $80,000. And if you'd like to learn more about that, consider going over to here to my YouTube. It's just over to here. I have over 55,000 skins, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But it's pretty normal. It's not the first time I made a video like this, because every November I get a good look at all the skins I have in my inventory. And basically, over the course of the next 2 months, I'm going to try my best to sell my Christmas skins, and then after that, when it's January time, I'm going to try my best and sell all my skins. Now, within reason, I don't want to sell, I don't want to dump everything. I want to pace myself. I want to make sure I get good profits. I'm wise to it. I've done it before, and in the past, I've sold like $17,000 worth of Rust skins. Could I go all the way up to 20,000? We'll see, all right? I've got plenty of things to sell. Here's hoping I can actually manage to sell. We'll see, all right? So, all right, cool. Consider giving that video a good watch if you so wish. And keep an eye out with these commits once again, because, you know, apparently, attachment charms. Not sure who asked for it, but I think that's happening. Looks like it's going to be a DLC pack. So you'll buy the thing and then you can put them on. If you played Counter-Strike, you know exactly what this is. So, yeah. Yes, that's happening. And I should also point out, for Jingle Jam this year, December 2025, the 4th to the 7th of December, there is a special charity event taking place. 500 people have been whitelisted now to take part in this. The Medieval Rust Armada. Yeah. It's basically 3 factions, and it's boat warfare. Boat warfare, I'm taking part. I'm going to sink, I know I am. So I'll link this in the description. You can see it for yourself, and yes, I am taking part as well. We'll see how it goes. I am going to sink, and I don't think I can swim. Consider watching the Rust rotation video. Consider watching the abnormal barders from last week. In the end, we didn't feel very confident in chasing after any of the skins. And as you might notice over to here, with the most recent batch of Rust Workshop skin submissions, I've got a video over to here showcasing all of them. And of course, every collection continuation is chaptered. So yeah, that's it. That's everything that needs to be said. So, yeah, oh, there you go. That's a lot of skins. It's a burden. It's a burden. I didn't realise I have 120 Temple face masks. So, you know, if you're going to sit there and say, I really wanted to see Temple hoodie and pants and tier 2. I wanted it too. I wanted it too. But hey, it's still holding up its price, and I'm not going to complain. So yes, January time. January time is expected to be the best time to sell your skins. If you've got neon storages, if you've got graffiti storages, you probably do need to keep an eye out for this box's DLC, and you might need to consider selling them, okay? You've been warned. We'll see how it goes. Keep an eye on the skins on the front page as well. I am noticing the occasional Christmas skin. As we get closer and closer to December time, do not be surprised if all the Christmas skins rise up ever so nicely. But the prices tend to peak around the beginning of December, and depending if we do see the collection continuations, I should remind you, we're expecting a Christmas Rust store for the 18th of December and the 25th of December. So, okay, we'll see if that happens. Maybe it's just automated, we'll see. Maybe it comes out the 24th or the 26th, but yes, we're expecting a Christmas Rust store literally on Christmas. Oh, God, I'm going to have to make a video. I'll try and make it nice and short and sweet. So, all right, cool, that's it, that's everything. So, once again, thank you very much for watching the video. You can also go to micro522.com. You can see all the skins. You can see how they've been faring in terms of, like, every single one that was accepted. They had a positive upvote to downvote ratio. Looks all right to me, so cool. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.